somebody's done you wrong, it's time for you to sing along. And call them out, call them out, call them out. You gotta call them out, call them out, call them out. It's time to call them out.
Okay, who do you need to call out today and for what exactly? You can hit us up, 877-979-WRMF, 877-979-9763 here at the KVJ Show. Some of the call-outs that we got today. One person is calling out the WWE. Bad guy John Cena stinks. No Rock at the biggest event. These planned complex moves look so fake. Come on, WWE. Do butter.
You gotta have The Rock there.
Yeah.
Cena's going bad, and The Rock went bad.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know if how it works with WWE, but yeah, they had the big match. It was John Cena, Cody Rhodes was going on. My son was very excited about it. It's supposed to be a big thing. I think it's John Cena's last ever match, or at least it's supposed to be. I mean, I thought that you'd done that before, but
yeah, they never have done that before, Kevin. Where it's their last match ever.
Right. It's kind of crazy. A lot of those guys have a hard time leaving it behind.
It's very when it's 73, like, oh my God, Ric Flair,
right?
Can barely blink, and he's still in the ring.
They just can't give it up, man. All right, so somebody calling him out on that. Somebody's calling out Dave Grohl in his Coachella clip we heard just a second ago, saying you sound a little bit rough on that.
Well, he's been through the ringer.
Yeah.
Did you imagine if you're going through a scandal and then you have to go make one of your first public appearances? You're probably a little nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yep. Probably. Some of the other call-em-outs, I got to call out whatever was going on with the driving this weekend. I was run off the road 3 separate times almost. I was on Friday. I was just driving along in Lantana, and you ever see that where you see somebody, and it wasn't that late. It was maybe 10:30. And this person, I just saw them, and they just drove right into my lane. Wouldn't have cut me off. Luckily, I was anticipating because they just were driving a little bit squirrely.
You can sometimes sense it.
I did.
That they don't even see you or care that you're there.
Don't know how I didn't get in an accident. Should have been, but I had to slam on the brakes, kind of swerve off the road a little bit.
Was it an old person?
No, it was someone probably, I would say, late 30s, early 40s. Probably had been out imbibing for a little bit.
Oh.
What color was the car? Do you remember?
It was a white truck. Yeah, and it had a safety cone in the back of it. That's what I remember about it.
That ain't safe.
No, it wasn't safe at all. Yeah. So that's kind of was it. I just kept staring at that cone. I'm like, oh, this guy's coming right in my lane.
Up in Tequesta, where I am, there's a lot of older drivers, and you just have to drive expecting somebody to not see you, cut you off accidentally, not even notice they did it. So you really are just constantly looking around like, all right, who's going to do this? Who's going to act stupid?
Yeah.
I think it's a good rule to just assume everyone on the road just smoked the biggest pile of meth. Because
they were driving like it.
Yeah.
Well, see, and yesterday it was a beautiful, Sunday Easter morning.
It was pretty gorgeous.
Things seem quiet. I'm in a chill mood. I'm just like I'm loving. I'm relaxed.
It was. It was very heavenly out.
Yeah. It's just, don't you love when you just feel relaxed? And for me, I don't feel relaxed that often. It's the unfortunate thing. And here comes relaxed Kev. And I'm getting ready to, go right onto I-95, and I go in and I start to merge a bit, and I look, and I'm like, oh boy! And this guy had to be doing 130 miles an hour.
Dang!
Not even kidding. And I'm like, okay, well, we're on 95. You better wake up and get not relaxed.
Relaxed Kev needs to take the back roads. 95 will break a man.
A relaxed driver should not be on 95.
No one's ever.
There's nothing relaxing
relaxed
about it.
driver and I-95's never gotten together.
So I had that getting onto 95, and then as I was getting off of 95 yesterday, coming back in the opposite direction, there was a guy that you could just see he was driving in and out, almost ran 2 cars off the road.
Oh boy.
And then he exited on Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard there, and you could just tell. My wife's like, he's not going to stay at that red light. Sure enough, he ran right through the red light. Had to zip inside of 2 cars. I'm like, what is the mindset of this guy driving? That he's like, not one law of the road applies to him.
His wife better be giving birth in the back seat.
That's what I told my wife. I'm like, he had better have the squirt so bad. I don't even know he was an older guy. I would say
So
probably
he might have the squirts.
late 50s to early 60s, and that's the only thing I said. The only excuse is that this guy is just, even then, you know what, dude, if you had to say crap your pants or you cause a massive accident, you got to crap your pants, right?
Totally.
I watched a lot of Dateline over the weekend, and my first thought goes, oh, he abducted somebody. He's trying to get the heck out of Dodge.
There's a victim in the trunk.
in the trunk.
Yeah. I got to say, though, I did see more highway patrol out this weekend than I typically do. But, of course, they weren't anywhere near where I needed them.
When someone's acting a fool, you wish they would see it.
Oh, my goodness. And, yeah, there was a lot of fools out there. So, yeah, come on now. I mean, look, I get it. We're going to drive a little bit faster here in South Florida, but running people off the road, I mean, not even caring. It was pretty crazy. Another thing, there are 3 stories today of people driving Teslas off the road or firebombing places or whatever. It's really kind of crazy, and it's kind of the point where it's like, I mean, what are we doing?
I saw somebody with a Tesla with a bumper sticker that said, I bought this car way before Elon Musk was in the news for what he's in the news.
Yes.
Yeah, I know a few people that have Teslas, and we're talking 2 or 3 years before, and they're going, man, I'm just trying to live my life.
This is just my car.
Yeah.
I'm not making a political statement for or against. I've been having this car.
Yeah, there was a guy named Oscar that was arrested in Utah. He was trying to run a Tesla off of I-80 while speeding at over 100 miles an hour.
Dude, Oscar.
And then he had drugs in his car. And I mean, dude, what a dummy. Like, he's going to go away for a very long time now.
If you're riding dirty, you best be on your behavior that is exemplary.
Well, when you do that too, you're putting other people in danger.
Yeah.
You're awful.
He did it
Yeah.
all wrong.
It's insane. There's another story. A Brooklyn family therapist was charged with a hate crime after placing a brick mark with a swastika and Nazi on a Tesla Cybertruck in a Jewish neighborhood.
Oh, my.
Dumped trash all over it. She's going to have problems. And then a UMass Boston student, Owen McIntyre, was arrested for allegedly firebombing a Tesla dealership in Kansas City during spring break. So, yeah, it's just
Boy.
pretty crazy. I mean,
And how much changed after that?
well,
It's
that's
like,
just
what are you
it.
doing?
I understand that you may have feelings. That's all good. But running people off the road, firebombing cars and dealerships, and smashing people's windows
Well,
with hate speech.
it's misguided. You don't
Yeah.
even know when this person purchased the Tesla.
Right.
Like, you're attacking a vehicle that may have been purchased 3 years ago.
You know nothing about this person's backstory.
Exactly.
Yeah. Don't feel like it's the right call. Now, one text we have here says, I want to call out the guy that was filming my 20-year-old daughter at the post office. He was narrating the video about how you never know where you will find hot girls. It made my daughter uncomfortable, and when I asked him to stop, he said he didn't have to because it was his First Amendment rights. I assume this guy is some kind of influencer, and this is what he does. Is there no protection for young, attractive girls in public?
Unfortunately, there is not. There's no rule or law that's now he can't get in her face and harass her, but if he's on a public road and says something like that, there's nothing you can do. It sucks. People can be very creepy and weird and get away with quite a lot based on filming in public.
So what do? You just have to remove yourself and your daughter as quickly as possible.
Just know this. If you're out in public and it's an area where you're legally allowed to film, don't get mad in the video. That's pretty much what they want so they can go viral. And just know that they're protected. And again, they can't get in your space. They can't make you feel threatened. They can't get physical and all that. But if they're on the sidewalk at a public building, they are legally allowed to film.
Yeah.
Even if they say, oh, you're creepy or you're great looking or whatever they want to say to do.
They're
Right.
creepy.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
I'm creepy.
I'm going through a lot over here. I'm filming everybody. Yeah.
It would be nice ultimately if people were respectful in public, but I think that's what Call 'Em Out is all about. These are people not being respectful in public.
It's when you start getting into a privately owned area where they go, well, I own this restaurant. You're not allowed to
Right.
film in here.
You can
but
call
if
the
you're on
shots
the
here.
sidewalk
A
filming
post office,
in,
yeah.
you can do it.
So maybe don't give them what they want. They want you to react.
Just know that.
Don't give it to them.
And a lot of times they want the cops to come,
Yep.
so the cops can just tell the owner, go, dude, I know it's annoying, but they're legally allowed to film on a public sidewalk, even if it's your restaurant.
So that way at the end they can go, ha ha.
And views.
Yeah. And somebody calling out Riviera Beach because they're going to start charging for parking on Singer Island. They say, leave our beach alone. Yeah, honestly, unfortunately, every place that gets to a certain threshold, it gets paid parking. I can't tell you how many places that I've seen. I just expect you can't park for free anywhere in South Florida anymore. And if you can, expect that to change very soon.
What a shame. I love the free parking on Singer Island.
Yeah, I hear you. I know, I do too, but it's
That's
just...
going to hurt those restaurants too, right there.
Yeah, it will. Yeah. It will.
Dang.
It's an extra little hurdle you got to go over. And something good, a little shout out to my two wonderful friends who got engaged on stage at the Disturbed concert on Friday. Eric and Amanda, love you both. Wishing you a lifetime of happiness. And thank you, Eric, for inviting us backstage to the after party. Sophia had a blast. You can see, and she sent some photos, it's this 10-year-old who's hanging out with the metal band. And they look like they're in Disturbed. Yeah, so that was really cool.
This is how we do. It's the KVJ Show.